We're gonna find out today if the tag that I've been waiting for North Dakota has come in the mail. Hopefully it'll be here. Sweet. It's finally here. I got the North Dakota tag. There she is. Now we're official and we can go kill a big bucket velvet. Well, it's Friday, September 4th. On my way to North Dakota, just finished work. It's about 4 o'clock. The season opened at noon today. I'm actually going to meet the boys out there. They just got out there last night, about 3 o'clock in the morning. They hung some stands this afternoon, saw a couple nice bucks. A lot of beans in that area, so we're hoping that we can learn that land real quick and maybe put a tag on one of our whitetails. Carson and I have a tag, so we'll see what happens. Stay tuned. Pretty excited. Boys saw 4 different bucks today on their way out hanging stands, so sounds like they got pretty high hopes for this year. Actually got a couple more days than I did last year, so I'm pretty excited about that. So the weather looks like it's going to be great, so hopefully we can get one down in the next few days. Well, that was a pretty eventful morning. We had deer all around us this morning. I mean, every deer that came in was probably within 10 yards of us. They only got spooked a couple times just because they got downwind of us. But I mean, Caden had one at 5 yards. So, I mean, obviously if that was a buck, we would have had it down. But we think we're gonna try to find a tree here because obviously that's a pretty good spot for this morning. We're gonna see if we can find a tree stand and get up in the air a little bit so maybe they won't catch our wind so much, but obviously it's a good spot, so we'll see what we can find out. Tonight we're gonna get an east wind, so it's pretty unusual out here, so we actually decided to go ground stalking tonight. There's a coulee here that I'm gonna stalk up in. I'm gonna kind of go through the corn here, and we've typically seen quite a few bucks in this coulee, and I think they've bed in here, so maybe we'll get lucky and we can sneak up on one. Well, as soon as I said there wasn't going to be anything going on, I seen a buck get up out of his bed across the coulee from me. And I got the video camera on him. And he looked like he went into the corner, was headed that way. And then all of a sudden, I look in front of me, and about 6-7 yards from me is a little doe. Had to been just sitting right below me the whole time. So she spooked off, and now we're sitting here again, just waiting. So well, at least there's a couple deer in here. My hopes are a little bit better. Now we just need a buck to come our way. Just spotted big buck in the field. Here we are Sunday night. We got 20 to 30 mile winds with gusts up to 40, so it's not ideal conditions, but they say about 7, 8 o'clock it's going to kind of slow down as far as the wind goes, so we're only going to be sitting about 200 yards apart. Carson saw a pretty nice buck in his stand opening night, so maybe he'll show up tonight. We'll see what happens. Oh, we just got settled in the stand. The wind is still whipping pretty good. I really only have 2 lanes to shoot out of here, so I guess the only hope is that the deer come out to this bean field. And I mean, obviously that's the food that they're looking for, so we have a good wind, north, northwest, so I don't know. Well, I just got the text from Carson. Said he just killed the monster 8. I'm not very far from him, probably a couple 100 yards. I got a few deer in the field right now, but it's been a pretty slow night. That wind finally died down, and sure enough, as soon as it died down, deer come out to the field. Maybe a buck. There's a little bit of light left. Maybe a buck might pop out. We'll see what happens. Way to go, bud. Just spotted big buck in the field. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 4 bucks. Oh man, that is a tank, man. That thing is a giant. Come on, look at that, quick. He's a monster. Where did they come from? No clue. I just gotta go down on that corner farther. That tree stand. Gosh dang it. He was 80 yards from me. Buck. He's like 80 yards from me. Velvet too, right? I think. Yeah. I couldn't see through the like things very well. 8 bucks out there. Did you see all the deer? I think I saw most of them, but I couldn't see because I only had 2 spots where I could see through. I know, that's... So... Well, last night we had, well, I don't know, probably 10 deer probably come out in the field. I don't know, must have been 4, 5, 6 bucks. One nice one. I didn't have any shot at them. They were too far away. So we decided to move our stand a little bit today. Kind of where we thought they came out at. And when we got down in here, we noticed there was an existing stand. So we're just going to try to use that and use it to our advantage and hope that the deer do the same thing tonight. Well, here we are, Labor Day, Monday night. We just got in our stand. It's about 4:45. We sat close to the spot last night, and as I said before, and all the bucks seemed to come out, or all the deer seemed to come out in this little funnel down here. So we moved our stand. We think we're in a pretty good spot. As long as the deer do what they did last night. The weather's really good. We got the right wind. It's actually gonna get down really cold tonight, so deer should be on their feet. So now we just need that same buck to step out. Well, we just got back to the truck, and it was a pretty good night. We had a nice little wide 6-pointer come in, perfect 20 yards, probably even 15 yards. We had a 7-pointer that we seen earlier in the week. We got a little bit of footage of him, and then the big one, still in velvet, that big 8, came out. We never did get some footage of him. He came out to the bean field and walked south on us, so away from our stand. I tried grunting at him, but to no avail, and he just took off. So I think we got out of there pretty clean, but I don't know. Hopefully we can maybe try to connect tomorrow night, but you just got to get lucky, I guess.
All right, boys. Here we are tonight. 3rd or 4th night in North Dakota, I don't even remember. And it's supposed to be freezing tonight, 32 degrees. So it's gonna be epic. I got 3 layers of, I got an Under Armour on, I got another sweatshirt on, and I got another sweatshirt on top of that. And I got 3 pants on, 3 sweatshirts on, stocking cap, hood, knee bow, and blanket. Socks.
And a stocking cap.
And yeah. Sitka too.
We're packing in tight tonight.
Is there any reason why you would do this for a deer?
Yes.
Yeah, everybody that's gonna watch this is like, wow, let's go hunting. It's not as easy as it looks, and sometimes it's not as fun as it looks. We're waking up at 4:30 in the morning, tired, and it's below 32 degrees tonight, and we don't have a camper. So for anybody that just wants to rough it, be prepared.
Oh yeah.
DIY.
It's gonna be nice though. I'm not gonna get cold. I have so many layers on. I'm gonna be warm. Unless
We're gonna
gets to me.
good night. Yep, we're shutting the lights off and we're gonna kill a big buck tomorrow.
Matt.
Can you believe that happened?
Deer basically showed up this morning. If it would have been a little bit bigger, I probably would have pulled the trigger, but it was one of those tweener bucks, and I just decided that I was going to pass on it. And we had some does out in front of us, and it was a really good morning, but hopefully a bigger one shows up tonight. We're going to sit on the edge of a bean field. We're kind of chasing one the last 2 nights. He's a pretty nice buck, so that's kind of where my heart's set, so we'll see if we can get it done tonight.
Well, we just decided to hang our stand. That buck has come out 2 nights in a row, just outsmarted us the last 2 nights. We think we got it figured out tonight. We moved probably 75 yards from where we were last night, and that's where we seen him come out. Should be on the downwind side of him. Just over my shoulder, that tree back there is where we're set up. So hopefully he'll do the same thing he did the other night. We should get a shot at him. Of course, as soon as we come walking in the bean field, there's one doe standing about 20 yards from our stand, so we're just cautiously going in. She looks like she slipped back in the woods, so we're gonna try to get in that thing real quick and quiet like. Hope it doesn't blow our night. We are in for the night. It's basically our last night in North Dakota, Tuesday night. Gotta head back tomorrow. We think we're in a pretty good setup. The only problem was we had a doe on the bean field when we come in, so she just kind of moved back in the woods, kind of went down to the coulee. And then as we're getting in the tree, we had another doe just start to come out to the bean. She kind of spied us because we were moving a little. She just kind of walked back in the coulee, so hopefully that doesn't ruin our night.
But we've seen this buck in the same spot 2 nights in a row, so all he's got to do is do the same thing. And we're in business now. Wind is good. It's about 50 degrees or so. It's going to cool off tonight, so the deer should be on their feet. Should be a good night. I'm expecting a deer down, so stay tuned.
Matt.
Babe, can you believe that happened? Oh my gosh, that's a giant in velvet. Oh, he's down. He just crashed. He's down, baby. Oh my gosh, can you believe that? Yes. I told you he was big. I told you. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. I wasn't gonna stop him. That sucker passed right through him and hurried, didn't it? So I'm sitting here making a game plan for tomorrow morning, trying to scout out a big buck, and I just got a text that said we smoked a giant. Heard him crash, so this is like the best trip I've ever taken. I'm watching a bull moose at 150 yards, and I just got a text saying we smoked a giant, so I'm gonna get back to the truck, sneak out of this draw that I'm watching here tonight, and hopefully go track this big buck. They said he's down, so I'm so pumped. You know, it's gonna be really hard to leave this state on such a beautiful night like this. I couldn't ask for a more picture-perfect trip, to be honest with you. I mean, tagging 2 whitetails, seeing a bull moose, spending 5 days with my dad and brother out here, roughing it in a tiny little trailer in a truck bed. It's just awesome. I love doing this kind of stuff, and this is hopefully what I can do for a living someday. I know it's far-fetched and probably won't happen, but these short little trips that I can take from work, and even Dad too, you know, he's a teacher, he's got to be back to school. This is his last night out here, and we got it done. I mean, it's covered in blood. Good sign, I already see blood splattered over there, so I think he's down. I'm pretty sure we heard him crash, so now it's time to go get him. He's right there. He's on top of the hill.
Oh, I'm gonna drag him.
No, he's right there. Right in between the 2 trees.
Oh, jeepers.
Dude.
Man, that's a beautiful animal.
North
That is
Dakota giant right there, boys.
Awesome. Not super wide, but pretty good mass. Full velvet. And a perfect 8.
Wide, good mass, full velvet that I just heard. That is awesome. I'm gonna have to go down there and help him drag. I'm coming down there.
Got a reinforcement coming here.
Huh?
Ground shrinkage.
Yeah, right. It's wet.
Yeah, jump over the creek.
I have pennies on. Yeah. A baby, okay. He's full velvet.
Isn't that cool? We finally found him. The tracking was pretty tough, actually. I figured there was going to be a lot more blood, but we finally found him at the bottom of the coulee, and I couldn't be happier. I knew this night was going to be a good night. Actually, looking at the 10-day forecast, we knew coming out here that this was going to be one of the best nights to hunt, and it actually turned out to be. And thankful that I got an opportunity at this buck. We'd seen him the last 2 nights, and we had adjusted our stand 3 different times, and we had a perfect wind tonight, and it was just the most ideal night. And what a way to cap it off with a North Dakota full velvet, nice 8-pointer.
No more empty tags.
I ate one last year. Not this year.
You know,
We had to work for it, though. You know, to be honest with you, I was only out here once. The boys have been out here 3 times now, and you know, it's still, you got to learn how to hunt these suckers. They take some time. I only had 2.5 days last year, and I had a couple more days this year, which was really nice because otherwise I'd have never got them. It took me 3 times. It was my last night to be here, and finally got it done. But like I said, it was 3 stand locations later, and seeing them and scouting them, and we knew he was in there, and I just had a feeling that tonight would be the night we'd get a crack at him, and sure enough we did, so I made it count.
you know, I have to admit, when Dad gets a feeling he's going to kill a big buck, he usually kills one, and he told us all, he told me right away when he passed that buck up this morning, I'm going to kill that big velvet buck tonight. And sure enough, he did, so trust Dad when he gets a feeling.
Well, I just had a good feeling about tonight. Like I said, the weather was good, the stand location was good, we had the right wind, we'd seen him there 2 nights in a row, so.
And then our great cameraman.
Yeah, it was a team effort. I couldn't have done it without Caden and Carson. I definitely could not have drug him up that hill, getting him out of there. But it was a great trip. One we'll remember forever. So
Yes, sir.